Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. We dealing with the untimely death of Kobe Bryant, and I want to play the flight data for Kobe Bryant's helicopter, where he's communicating with the flight tower.
Question flight following. 2 Echo X-ray, what are you saying, intentions? 2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time.
And right
2 Echo X-ray, SoCal.
They lost video contact. They was telling Kobe's plane that he was too low for them to follow him in his travel, the direction in which he was traveling. He flew off the radar. He dropped off the radar, and that was right before hitting the mountain, or after he hit the mountain, and they descended. And either the flight tower leaked the death of Kobe Bryant, or the first responders who showed up after the accident took place and leaked it to TMZ. TMZ then reports it to the public. So that means that Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa, Kobe Bryant's family, had to find out through some form of social media, or if they was watching television at the time, that form of at a news update. The thing about that is, they didn't take in consideration his wife. Proper protocol would have been that no one would have known except her. They'd set her down, embraced her for this shocking news, for the impact. And then how do you want to proceed in handling this to the press? But since this is a dog-eat-dog world, and you have these wolves out there looking for the next show, the next headline, want to be the first to report the next tragic incident, they totally show disregard, totally disrespected Kobe Bryant's wife, and they leaked it out without any care or concern of how she would react to finding out the news that her husband was killed and her daughter on a helicopter traveling to Kobe's Mamba facility for the basketball game that he's headed with his 13-year-old daughter. She had to find out like everybody else, which is absurd. Should never happen. You know, somebody needs to come to apologize for that. Whoever leaked that information out, this should have never happened. You know, to find out that way. I mean, where's the decorum? Where's the respect for his wife? You know, where's the care? Because that situation is fragile with a known name superstar like Kobe Bryant, where he's known throughout the world, and you don't treat his situation, his death, that information, you don't treat it with such respect towards his family members to allow them to tell you how they want to proceed with this tragedy. You didn't come to her and say, well, what would you like for us to do, or how do you want to handle it? What's your statement? Anything of that nature. They just, the hell with it, we're going to tell it to the American people. Right? Now, another thing that I didn't like is when, and this is not a diss or anything negative towards Tracy McGrady, towards T-Mac. because we loved T-Mac when he was with the Rockets. When he was being interviewed, he stated that Kobe said he wanted to die young and be immortal, that he wanted to be greater than Michael Jordan, die young, that way he'd be immortal. Kobe's not here to bag that up, and I know that he and T-Mac shared intimate moments, such as telling each other things that the public didn't know. But things like that, if I believe, and I could be wrong, if Kobe Bryant wanted the world to know his darkest intents or his secrets, or he would have publicly came out and said that he was. Those were moments where two friends talking between me, and now that Kobe's gone, you don't go to a white reporter and reveal something that you're not sure if he wanted that to be out in the public. Once again, you should have went to his wife and said, look, this is what he told me. Do you mind if I put this out in the public? She might don't want that out in the public. She might don't want her kids hearing that about a father, that he wanted to die young and be immortal. He didn't want to grow old. You know, his children has to hear that. What would they think? Mom, did Dad want to leave us? You know, you don't air business like that in public, especially about your brother. Yeah, I mean, these times we living in, it's crazy. You know, you have enough respect, meaning I could be wrong, but I don't think that if Kobe was white and had a white wife, they would totally respect the wishes of the family. They would do whatever they could to uplift and maintain the dignity of their character and the image that they want to present to the world. They would check and double check to make sure that their image was protected and they was saw in a good light. But when it comes down to minorities, folks just tell with the total lack of respect. And look, you got to start fighting. Fight for your respect. That I totally disagree with that. You know, I don't think that you make statements without checking with the family, because you're doing an interview and you're gone. Kobe's wife and his remaining 3 daughters have to live with that. And so you don't want to do anything to add stress, worry, concern, or even have his children ask, well, why did he want to do this? And why did they say this? And Mom, did you know he wanted to die young? Did we prepare? I mean, come on, bro. You know, that was flawed. You know, the leaking of his debt to TMZ without TMZ, the whoever leaked it before, going to his wife again and saying, hey, proper protocol, this is what happened. How do you want to handle the public? And let's sit down and do it professionally, do it with respect and dignity, show her some respect, and then you put it out there. Let's go blasting stuff all out on TV, you know. That was this is private business, like Malcolm X said. You don't air out families' secrets and dirty laundry and things out to the public, you get your story straight. I don't care if you got to go behind closed doors. Then you come out and you put out a united front, and that's the image that you leave with society. Although I wish he'd take his own advice and not go to a white reporter and give intimate details about the life of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. True, things that shouldn't be done until you go to the individual and say, hey, I'm thinking about putting this out, how you feel, so and so. Men sit down and dialogue, be diplomatic about situations, and you do it out of respect, concern, and love. You don't want to be the first one to run with some juicy gossip, or they offer you some money for something intricate that they can use on their show to hype up their activity or their ratings. And they say, well, yeah, we know who's close to him. Tell us something that the public don't know that he only shared with you, and we'll kick you down a little change. Not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying that's how they operate. And you go out and spill the beans. That's a Judas move. Not saying that T-Mac is a Judas. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying move to where you go out and tell things that your brother or your sister might want private, but you tell it to the public for what? For what's the gain out of it? I guess is what I'm saying. I disagree with that. I disagreed with the leak to TMZ. I disagree with them not informing Vanessa first before anybody. Before you go public with it. It's just the society we live in, and I disagree with the way that they handle Black Death differently. I disagree with Allison Morris, who she said the Los Angeles Knackers, and she mixed up the Knicks and the Lakers. Come on. Come on. That's a stretch. It's just that underline, that underbelly, that undercurrent of racism always rears its head because it's juicy to the racists. They sometimes they'll be about to explode because they want to use the word nigga so bad. It's just be rolling off the lips. They want to, they fight within to keep from telling their true inner feelings. They damn near catch an aneurysm trying to hold it in. But okay. Okay, we it's not nothing new for us. No, the thing with us is some people spend their life work trying to better race relations, even though when past evidence shows that you're going to always have those that's going to be racist. So it's better for you to put your time and money into building, and your resources into building up your own people, your own family, and creating your own destiny, instead of wasting time, energy, and wealth on trying to better relationships with those who don't share your same sentiments or viewpoints. Verbal Pick Radio. We're out.